Hello there. How are you? Welcome to the 3 a.m. Knitter Podcast, episode 18. Warm welcome to you if this is your first time joining me. Thank you so much for checking me out. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm glad to see you. So today is Sunday, October the 15th. It is my birthday today. So what better way to spend my birthday than talking about all things knitting, weaving, fiber crafts, those kinds of things. So it's a beautiful, beautiful day here in northern Nova Scotia. The sun is shining. I spent this morning headed down to a local beach, just a hop, skip, and jump from where I live, and spent some time walking the beach and listening to the water and dreaming about upcoming projects that I want to get on my needles and things like that. So it has been a great morning so far. A little bit of housekeeping. Let's see, you can find me on Instagram as 3am knitter. My email address is 3amknitter@gmail.com. My snail mail address is down below in the description box. If you need to send me something via Canada Post or by any other method. I have a Ravelry group, 3am Knitter Ravelry group. And I know I said this, I think in the last episode, that I haven't been super duper active in that group, but I am about to change that. So the Ravelry group's going to become really active. There's going to be lots of things going on in there. So if you are on Ravelry, please do join the group. And of course, I have my newsletter. The link to sign up for the newsletter is down below. I send out a newsletter on the first of the month, every month, that gives you some important dates for things like knit-alongs and upcoming events and the schedule for the podcast and things like that. So if you're interested in getting on that list, please do subscribe. I promise I won't inundate you with tons of email. I will only send you an email when it's absolutely necessary, as it was last week when I had to reschedule our virtual knit night. So my apologies to those of you who were ready to go last Wednesday. Unfortunately, I did have to reschedule. So after all is said and done, we will be meeting on the 18th, which is this coming Wednesday at 7:30 Atlantic time in our Google Meets group. The link is below in the description box, or if you have subscribed to the newsletter, you've got the link in there. And I will also be posting it on Instagram and in the Ravelry group. So there's lots of places where you can find that link. So we meet on Google Meets. You just have to click the link and I will let you in on Wednesday nights. Real loosey-goosey. This is just us getting together and knitting and chatting. That's it. There's nothing fancy about it at all. So if you just want some time to meet some new people and to share your knitting projects, come and join us on Wednesday. Okay, so that's it for housekeeping. What have I been up to? So last weekend I was at the Pei Fiber Festival on Pei, and I was so super thrilled to be able to go to the Pei Fiber Festival with my fiber bestie, Liange. So she flew in from Ontario. I picked her up at the Halifax airport during the beginning of the week, and we spent a couple of days together here at home, and then we jumped on the ferry and made our way over to Pei on Thursday morning and spent the weekend there. So well, not quite the whole weekend. We came back Saturday afternoon, but that's neither here nor there. So the ferry ride was great. It was beautiful weather, so we made it through that with no problem at all. And it was a sunny and gorgeous couple of days on Pei. So I was teaching a class there, as you know, a 3D weaving class. So we had a number of participants join me in that class, and we were weaving notion bowls. So this is one of the ones that I have here as a sample. And if you take a look on my Instagram feed, there are pictures of the participants there, and all the work that they did. We had a great deal of fun. And what always amazes me is that you can bring a group of people together to work on a specific project or a craft. And even though the instructions are exactly the same for everybody, the creations that everybody made were all so beautifully unique. And not one of them remotely looked like another, which thrills me because that means that people are really putting their own spin and their own creative kind of, juices into something. So it was a great deal of fun to teach. I was so happy with everybody's work. It was so beautiful to watch. I had my friend Lyanne as my assistant, so that was great fun and a great help as well. Because even though we were a small class, I really don't, I was hoping that people wouldn't have to wait around if they needed help with anything. So it was great to have an assistant with me who knows the ins and outs of weaving and things like that. And it was just great to meet some new people. So that was super, super fun. And we spent some time gathering and knitting and things like that during the evenings. And it was just such a good time. And I was absolutely shocked that people were coming up to me saying, "Hey, I know you, you're the 3 a.m. knitter." And yeah, I was just blown away by that. So thank you if you came up and introduced yourself. It just made my day, right? So that was so great. So what did I do there? So we went into the marketplace. We got there on Thursday. I taught on Friday afternoon. So we went into the marketplace Friday morning, and you guys would be so proud of me. I didn't buy any yarn. I wanted to, but I didn't. Haha. So what did I buy? I bought myself a new yarn swift because I have a yarn swift. I bought it a number of years ago, and it's one that kind of lays flat, if you know what I mean. So it sits on this, and the arms come out this way and this way with the pegs sticking up like this. You put the skein around this way, and then this has got ball bearings. I don't know if you can hear that, but and it spins around once you're using your ball winder. But over the years, the screws have gotten loose, and they've kind of stripped out of the upright pieces that hold your skein. And I had it attached with an elastic, and I'd be just wildly making these cakes of yarn, and then the piece would fall off the swift and my yarn would go flying, and I just thought, oh my Lord. So I've been kind of humming and hawing about getting a new one because I paid a pretty penny for this. It was handmade, and I did pay a lot of money for it. And then thank goodness I had Lyanne with me, because this woman is like eagle eye when it comes to finding deals. And we were in one of the booths, and there laying on the floor were 2 cardboard boxes just kind of stuck in, like beside a shelf, kind of like this, right? And she said, "Those are swifts over there." And sure as heck, I went and I looked, and they were swifts, and wouldn't you know it, they were on sale for $35. So I scooped one up. Well, you've seen these before. Let me just turn you around here. Can you see it here? These ones, right? The wooden ones. So I scooped one of those up, lucky for me. Sorry, guys. And now I have a new yarn swift. So I'm super duper happy about that. Let me just get you all organized again here. There we go. So that was was that my only acquisition? It was. Wow, I did do a good job. Anyhow, but what I did do is Lyanne, my friend Lyanne, she brought me a purchase that I had made as we do, you know, I'm flipping through Instagram and I came across this Instagram picture of a project bag by a woman named Amy Coverdale from Brantford, Ontario. And she has a business called a Juggling Ewe, an Etsy shop. And she posted this little mini project bag that was made out of this fabric that I didn't even hesitate. I bought it immediately. And then I learned that she was going to be at the Kitchener-Waterloo Knitters Fair a few weekends after I purchased it. And I knew my friend Lyanne was going to that. She was helping somebody out in a booth. And then of course she was visiting me. So I asked her, instead of paying for shipping, could Lyanne pick up the bag and bring it to me when she came? And of course that was no problem. So I got myself this little project bag here. Look at these. Be yourself, smile, you shine, give thanks, inspire, love, hope. Oh, I just love it. So, you know, it's a small project bag. It's got a nice handle on it. It's got this really nice zipper fob with Swarovski. How do you say that? Never mind. You know those crystals, right? I can never say it. Yeah, so let me just give you some of the particulars. So it's 100% cotton, of course. 100% cotton. This fabric here, the bottom fabric is cotton canvas. It's really nice and sturdy. 5x7 is the size. Swarovski. Maybe that's how you say it. I don't know. You guys can make fun of me about that for sure. So the inside is beautiful. I don't know if you can really see that in this light. It's beautifully lined. This is the perfect size for sock pad, like socks, something like that, or small, like think like a Sophie scarf or something like that, right? This will be perfect for me to take to knit nights because it's small, it's compact. So again, this is a Juggling Ewe, E-U-E-W-E, from Brantford, Ontario. I will link her Etsy shop in the show notes, but isn't that just adorable? So that was kind of, although I didn't get this at PEI, I got it on the way to PEI, and this is a little addition to my bag collection, which I clearly don't need, but it was just so cute, I had to have it. So there we are. Okay. While I was at the PEI Fiber Festival in the marketplace, they had a whole wall of rug hooking. Now, I don't mean that rug hooking that you buy the kits and it's the wool that's, you know, about this long and you pull it through. I'm talking about authentic rug hooking. I have been looking at rug hooking for a number of years and just have never taken the plunge because it's yet just another thing to add to the crafts that I do. However, it is fiber related. So anyway, I took a look at some of these projects on the wall and they were outstanding. I can't even tell you how beautiful they were. And lo and behold, right here in beautiful Nova Scotia, we have the lovely Deanne Fitzpatrick studio. So she is a maker who is wildly talented. She has a website, hookingrugs.com, and there it is there. Whoops, there we go. There is loads and loads of free reference material on here, free videos, free tutorials, things like that. Of course, you can also purchase stuff from her. But, you know, I'm intrigued, and I really would like to check this craft out. I mean, look at that. Isn't that something else? That is the Wonder as Silent Cove. So, you know, this you can buy just she has an online course for it. So you can buy just the online course. You can buy kits in different sizes with different backing. You can buy the course and the kit, or you can just buy the supplies. So like, I encourage you, I'm going to link her website down below. I encourage you to check her out. Even if you don't ever take up rug hooking, this is beauty in and of itself for you to take a look at. Some of this work just blows my mind. Let me just find, bear with me just one minute. I want to find just one more that, whoops, sorry, I had it here. Oh, maybe it wasn't on that page. Maybe it was. Like, here's a free guide to rug hooking. Was this it? Yeah, there we go. So, like, look at these pictures. So she uses wool, strips of wool fabric, right? But you can also use wool, like just wool. She has basic instructions here. And a beautiful, beautiful Canadian company, Amherst, Nova Scotia. She has a beautiful studio that you can go and visit year round, Monday to Saturday, 9 to 5. That's Atlantic time, of course. But her website, of course, is available any time of the year. So I encourage you to check it out. Kind of maybe open your mind to something new and see if it's up your alley. So you'll be seeing more about rug hooking from me, I'm sure, in the future. But for now, I'm just going to admire from afar. All right. Last episode, I told you about the lovely Doris Ann that I met at Woolstock East, who is a basket maker. Again, weaving, I'm intrigued. I love to weave. I just usually do, very basic weaving or tapestry weaving. But basket weaving is weaving. And so, I already have the basic skill set down, but to create an actual basket, never done that before. So I was absolutely thrilled to find out that the lovely Doris Ann is coming to Sisterhood Fibres and is teaching an intro to basket making class. Look at that. So that's taking place next month. I am going to take that class. It's a one-day workshop, and you create a basket. So I will keep you up to date about that. You can follow along on Instagram on the day. Let's see, what day is it? November, oh good Lord, 3rd, November 3rd. So just in a couple of weeks. So I'm really looking forward to this because, it's weaving, which I love, but it's working in another medium. So, the jury's out. But I'm sure it's going to be great fun. And Doris Ann is so awesome that it's going to be even greater fun just to kind of hang out with her for the day too. So I'm looking forward to that. And then, because it's my birthday, my wonderful partner, Paul, has gifted me the Sisterhood Fibres retreat next March. So this is a weekend-long retreat. It's going to be the 3rd annual retreat for knitters, weavers, spinners, hookers, felters, crocheters. So you get together in Debert, Nova Scotia for the weekend. All your meals are made for you. There are lots of, like-minded fiber artists there, and we get to spend a weekend doing what we love to do. So I am looking wildly forward to that. It will be a great weekend, I'm sure. The write-up here says, chance to relax, have fun, share your skills, learn new skills, and revel in everything fiber for a full 48 hours. That sounds divine to me. You'll enjoy home-cooked food, etc., etc. So this is going to be a great weekend away for me. I know that it is in pre-registration now for previous participants. It has not been opened up to the public yet, but if you're going to be around Nova Scotia in March, or if you live here and you want to join me at the retreat, let me know. I'm looking for a roommate. So anyway, that is a great birthday present for me, and I am looking so forward to that. Okay, let's get into some knitting. Good Lord, almost 20 minutes in and we haven't even spoken about knitting. What am I wearing? La! This is my field sweater. So I am just going to turn the camera this way so I can show it to you. Bear with me. Boop. All right. So Camilla Vlad, this is my field sweater. Let me tell you something. I wore this at the Fiber Festival, Pei Fiber Festival. I got so many compliments. So I don't know. Let me see if I can get a little closer. So you can see here. Can you see the halo up here from the mohair? Oh, I got so many compliments on this sweater. Lots of people recognized the pattern, of course, because it is pretty recognizable. It's pretty popular right now. Bear with me while I set this. See what happens when you move your camera. Jeez Louise. Okay, so yes, Camilla Vlad. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but let me get to my project page. There we go. Excuse me. Camilla Vlad. I knit this with 3.5, 4, and 4.5 millimeter needles, or for my US friends, 4, 6, and 7. Gauge is 20 stitches and 28 rows to 10 centimeters or 4 inches. This is knit in Frankie Gray Fibres. So this main color is Frankie Gray Fibres DK, and this is the Sand Dollar colorway. Here is a skein of it here. Let's see. That's pretty close. This is 75-25, 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it is 100 gram skeiner, 224 meters, 245 yards. I used 4.55 skeins, 1,019 meters, or 1114.6 yards, 455 grams. And the mohair is Frankie Gray Fiber mohair. I do have some left. Excuse me, just 1 minute. Here's what I have left. Look at this. I cannot tell you how happy this yarn makes me. Yeah. So there's that. I used about half a skein for this color work here. So I held the mohair with the DK for the yoke, the neck and the yoke, and then just the main color for the remaining body. There we go. This is a paid for pattern. It is $12.12 Canadian. It comes in 9 sizes, pretty size inclusive. Many people have knit it in one solid color. Lots of people have knit it in 2 colors, incorporating some mohair into the yoke. So you can scroll Ravelry and scroll Instagram and see a wide variety of ideas. There are 776 projects on Ravelry, one of which is mine. And yeah, it is, again, like I mentioned to you either last episode or the episode before, I don't feel this is a beginner pattern. I think that you have to have some previous knowledge of sweater construction, or you have to be a super adventurous beginner. These stitches here in the yoke are a little bit tricky for the beginner, I think. But if you want to jump in and give it a try, please do. Just read through the Ravelry notes, because there's tons of excellent tips there. That's where I got a lot of my tips for doing some of the wrap stitches. There's, tips and tricks that, I used a crochet hook and things like that. So, yeah, give it a go. Now, I'm super happy with this pattern. Will I knit it again? Originally, I said no, because this yoke took me a ridiculous amount of time. I knit this pattern. Let me just go back to my project notes here. It took me less than a month. I started at September 7th. I finished October 2nd. Majority of that time was these 40 some odd rounds of the yoke. Yeah, the body and the sleeves didn't take hardly any time because just straight knitting and knitting in the round as well. So it's just knit, 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 knit. But yeah, this yoke, I found it a bit challenging. Not challenging to, how do I explain this? Not challenging to knit, but pieces of it were like, my hands didn't work well working some of the stitches, if that makes sense. So even though I said I might not knit it again, imagine, if you will, my surprise when scrolling through Instagram one day, I came across bear with me, the vest. So this is the field vest. So this here, the motif here is the same as what you see in my yoke. Obviously this person has done it in a solid color. Let me just make the picture a little bigger. See that? Yeah. And of course I have enough yarn. I've got yarn to make this particular picture. Oh, and there's more. Somebody has incorporated it into a sock. Oh, great. So guess what I'm going to be casting on? Yeah, so there's a sock. Isn't that cute? So you can see they've used two colors again, just like I did in my yoke. They've used two colors in the top motif of the sock here. Yeah. Oh, but wait, there's more. And did I save a picture of it? Oh, darn, I didn't. Okay, well, I think I have it here. Hang on. F-I-E-L-D-B-R-E-T. Come on. No. Field beret. Come on. Yeah, there it is. Oh, yeah. See, I told you it gets better. Somebody has created a beret. Guess what I'm casting on? The socks and the beret. Absolutely. The vest, I think I will. So the beret, I'm going to use the leftover gingerbread mohair from Frankie Gray Fibres, and I will probably use this DK, this in the same color. I don't know about the vest. I don't have any mohair, but you know, I could always call Frankie Gray Fibres and order some more in maybe a different colorway. I don't know. I haven't decided 100% on that, but I will be adding those pieces to my wardrobe is what I'm trying to say, even though this was such a slog. So I'm super kind of excited about that. The patterns are coming out soon. Oh, right. Also, Camilla Vat is releasing this pattern, but in a cardigan. Yes. So if you don't like a pullover, but you would rather have a cardigan, that pattern's coming out. I think what I read was next week, but don't quote me on that. But you can certainly find out that information just by popping over to Instagram or to Ravelry. Okay. So that is my only finished object, and it is also what I am wearing today. So I'm super happy with it. I think that if I knit it again, I will not go as far down. You know, I'll tighten this up a bit, but you know, I don't mind it. Yeah, I'm super happy with the way that it turned out, and was thrilled with all of the lovely compliments that I got about the sweater. So yeah, that's it about that. All right, what am I knitting now? What is on my needles? So I talked to you last time around about the Diaphanous Raglan that I am working on. I got it cast on as soon as I finished my field sweater. So this is the Diaphanous Raglan. So it's a crop top with full sleeve. I'm knitting it exactly in this version. It's by Jessie May Martinson of Jessie Made Designs. And I am knitting it out of my local yarn shop, Natural Ewe Yarns. I'm knitting it out of their Gaunt's Merino and their Super Kid Mohair and Mulberry Silk. So I'm holding the two of them together for the body, and then it'll just be the mohair and silk for the sleeves. Sorry, I should have, bear with me 1 second. I should have had more information up for you about that pattern. Diaphanous, there we go. Sorry about that. All right, so this is a paid for pattern, $12 US, $17 Canadian. It has lots of sizes. It is knit in fingering and lace held together, or DK, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5 millimeter needles, or 4, 7, and 9 US. Let's see. It goes up to size 5XL, which is a 67.25 inch bust. Measurements reflect 4.5 to 6.5 inches of positive ease. So when you decide what size to make, take your full bust measurement and add 4.5 to 6.5 and choose the size closest. So I am, there's lots of different options for sleeves in the pattern. You can do cap sleeve, short or flutter or ruffle sleeve, a bishop or bell sleeve. She gives lots of yarn possibilities at different price points, which is fabulous. So there's a little box right here, and you see she's got little dollar signs there. So that's $1 signs, so the cheapest, $2 signs, $3 signs. So depending on your budget, you can find something that fits. There are pattern tutorial links right here on Instagram, and there are 992 projects on Ravelry, one of which is mine. So I've just started it, and I've got, sorry, it's a little bit messy here, but I just want to show you. Oh, I'm all tangled here, but I've got stoppers on my, so I don't know if you can see that. So there's the mohair silk only. It's got a beautiful halo, and here it is held together. It's wildly soft. Great color, eh? So this has been put on hold because of a project I'm going to tell you next. But once I've finished up this next project, which is a commission knit, I'll be getting back to the Diaphanous Raglan. So it is cropped, and I don't mind. I don't generally wear a crop top, but I'm in a layering kind of stage right now, so I'll be layering it with longer tops underneath. I'm making the 1X size, and you can see the pattern. I've got things highlighted and crossed out and things like that. So yeah, like I say, there's lots of budget-friendly alternatives. I want to show this. And it's a really well-written pattern. There's lots of information. There is a, whoops, a great schematic page. It gives you measurements and what have you for all sizes and for all areas of the sweater to give you an idea. So that is a project that is started, but just currently on hold until I finish up what I am calling the Jodi Sweater. So as you know, I do knitting regularly for Jodi Brown of the Grocery Girls, and right now is no exception. So I am knitting her a raglan sweater right now. That is a mashup of 2 different sweaters. So I'm mashing up this Paloma pattern by Espace Tricot. So this is a raglan that, I don't know if you can see that detail on the arm? That's the outer arm. So I'm mashing that up with the Cozy Classic Raglan, again by Jessie May Martinson, Jessie May Designs, okay? So what Jodi did is she sent me, she sent me one of her favorite shirts, right? And she wants me to make the mashup of those 2 patterns to this kind of sizing, which is brilliant because having an actual sweater that she loves and that fits her and fits her the way she likes it to fit really helps me in the sizing. So I am almost ready to split for the body, or for the sleeves here, or split the sleeves. Bear with me one sec. It's a little bit curly because I haven't switched needles. Are you ready? This makes me so happy to knit because it's so beautifully bright. Oh, look at that. So we've got this little light, or it's kind of a misty color, misty blue kind of color. At the top here, that's also going to be on the bottom and on the cuffs. And this glorious yellow. So yeah, so beautiful. I wish that you could feel this. It's wildly soft. So I am holding, whoops, what do I got going on here? Oh, that's the other color. I am holding these 2 together. And what are these 2, you may ask? So, Sonder Yarn Co. Muse, 90% merino, 10% linen in the limoncello colorway. This is a fingering weight, 400 yards, 366 meters skein. Gauge is 28 stitches to 10 centimeters or 4 inches. Recommended needle size is 3.5 millimeter, 100 grams. And I'm holding it together with Sonder Yarn Company Haze, which is 74% Surrey alpaca and 26% silk. It's lace weight, 300 meters per skein. Gauge is variable. Needles range from 2.75 to 5.5 millimeters, 50 grams in these skeins. So this is what they look like skeined up. Whew. Limoncello is the colorway. There you go. Oh, look at that. Yeah. So this is incredibly soft. The yarn itself didn't feel super soft to me, but you put this Surrey in here. Yep, Surrey alpaca and silk. Oh, it's so gorgeous. And then the, sorry for seeing the top of my head. Oops, I just dropped it on the floor. So the little color work detail, what is happening here? I'm stuck on a pair of socks. So this is Frankie Gray Fibres. This is wildly soft, this fingering. And then look at can you see the halo on that? Oh, it is just, this is this mohair, same as this gingerbread that I used, right? So yeah, so I'm really enjoying the knit because really it's just knitting. And even though, you know, I'm loosely following the patterns, I'm really, every session or so I'm getting up and I'm holding it up, kind of laying the sweater out that she sent me flat on my table and kind of measuring that way. So I figured last night before I headed to bed, I've got about, I don't know, based on this sweater, I've got about 18 rounds to go, and then I'll just be on the body, just to so I get the depth of the raglan increase. So I'm really enjoying the knit. The yarn is amazing, and I'm just so happy to be doing these kinds of knitting projects for Jodi, because I'm having an opportunity to use yarns that I've never used before. And that's really exciting because, you know, I've never ever used Sonder Yarn Co. Dyed in Montreal, so nice Canadian company. So I will update you next time on this. 2 weeks, actually, I'll probably be finished it by then. If I am finished it before then, I will post tons of pictures on my Instagram so you can see, because I don't want to hold off getting it in the mail to her. If it's not done, I'll hold off, and then you'll be able to see it at the next episode. So that's currently what's on my needles, and that's all that I'm working on. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. Okay, what's next? Online workshops. So you will remember that I talked to you an episode or two ago about my upcoming online workshops. They will be launching in January 2024. These are weaving workshops. The idea is that these online workshops are going to be for the weaver who has never woven before. We're going to be using small size looms, tapestry looms, those kinds of things, and absolutely only yarn and wool and things like that from your stash. If you don't have a loom, you don't have to buy one. You can use a picture frame. You can use, you know, go get some sticks and tie them together. Like literally, I want this to be super easy for you from a supplies perspective, although I will likely be offering kits to go along with it for those of you who are interested. So there's going to be 3 separate workshops launching in January. The first one is going to be the Notions Bowl. This is a really cool 3D weaving technique that I'm sure you're going to love. The second one is going to be the amulet, and I showed that last episode. Beautiful amulet that we will weave. You'll be able to wear it around your neck, or you can hang it on the rear view mirror of your car. You can I put essential oils in mine sometimes, or chapstick, or you know, whatever. You can use it for whatever you want. Some people even buy those little, you can get them at the dollar store, those little glass vials, and you can put notes, you can put mementos, you can put whatever inside it. And then the third workshop is going to be the shawl. So I think I showed you this last time, but I'm going to show it to you again. So this is a hand woven shawl. It's done in 10 panels. You can see that this particular one has been done in a variety of colors. The panels don't have to be the same. They're actually meant to be somewhat different. Here's a little bit of a close-up for you. Whoops. And then what happens with these, this is the Life Shawl. So we're weaving these panels that get sewn together to form the shawl. And then on the inside of each panel, we will be dedicating or putting intention into those panels by sewing on a little pocket on the back where you can, just like with the amulet, you could put mementos, you could write notes, you could dedicate the panel to somebody if you've used pieces of their clothing perhaps to weave in at some point. You get the idea. So there'll be more information coming up soon about those. They will be launched, those workshops, they will be launching in January. And if you are interested in learning basic weaving techniques, or you're just interested in working with me on a project and you'd love to take the workshop, stay tuned for that, because I think it's going to be a great opportunity to get some different projects done, right? Okay, let's see, just a couple more things. My LYS, Natural Ewe Yarns, you've heard me talk about this before. They have hosted this year the Year of Adventurous Knitting, and we're getting to the last project of the year, and it is a this is one of the projects, the floral headband. There's also a mitten pattern. This floral headband pattern is a free pattern. It is by, I'm sorry, I'm going to wreck this. Dejna Tojaga? I'm sorry. So that is the first pattern, which I am absolutely going to knit because it's so awesome. And the second pattern that was suggested is mittens. There they are there. They're called the Late Bloomer Mittens by Kristen Leggett. You, I'm certain, would have seen these. So let me just make this picture just a wee bit bigger. Look at that. See that embroidery or crewel work on the mittens? Isn't that something else? So that is this is a paid for pattern though. It is, oh, is it a paid for pattern? Late bloomers. Yes, $7 Canadian. So here is a close-up of the embroidery work that goes on the mittens. Isn't that beautiful? I think it's beautiful. So like I say, $7 Canadian. It was in the Making magazine, number 10, but now the pattern is for sale on Ravelry. Sport weight, lace and sport and lace held together to make DK. 3.5 and 4 millimeter needles, or 4 and 6 US. You only need 180 to 290 yards, depending on your palm size. What else can I tell you about this? It's a new pattern, it looks like. I think there's only, well, it was published in 2022, October 2022, so it's a year old. There are 15 projects on Ravelry. So my LYS is hosting this knit along for these mittens and or this floral headband. I'm going to make both. If you would like to join, reach out to me or follow the link down in the show notes, because these are really quick projects that would make great Christmas knitting if you do such a thing. I'm going to make a set for me and then perhaps a set for somebody else. We'll see how that goes. Now, what's getting me really excited about these mittens is for my birthday, or actually she said it was not for my birthday because my mother doesn't buy birthday presents apparently. I don't know. She gifted me a course by a woman named, well, the company is the Crewel Work Company. It's over in England. And her name is Philippa. So she is a wildly popular crewel embroidery. So my mom gifted me this 12 or 13 video tutorial workshop on, oh, there's something playing. All right, well, she's threaded her needle. Okay, sorry, bear with me. I have to turn this off. There we go. So if you can see right here, these are the motifs that I'll be learning to stitch. Oh, good Lord.
There's got to be an easier way to do that. See, so you can kind of see them there. Different flowers. There, how about that? Isn't that something else? So I thought that these motifs or these flowers would look fabulous. Maybe one or two of them on a headband if I didn't want to do the kind of daisy motifs that they have on the mittens and the headband, right? So I'm really looking forward to taking these workshops online and checking it all out. There's a better picture. I think that, and and really I've got all of the supplies already because, I cross stitch. So I've got tons and tons of DMC floss, which, although I'm sure she's used lovely silks and things like that, you certainly don't have to use those types of things because the DMC floss is great. And I have almost every color, I'm quite certain. So stay tuned for that. But really, if you would like to join me and my LYS for this last project of the year, please click the link below. You don't have to live in Nova Scotia to do it. Come and do it with us. My LYS hosts a maker circle every other Thursday on Zoom. I'll put the link to that, and we can meet there. So, all right, my friends, that is it for today. Let's get into our Knitter's Tarot and see what comes up today. So we're giving a little shuffle. Oh, the sun is shining. It's so beautiful outside. I wish I could have brought you guys to the beach with me this morning. There was nobody there. I was the only one on the beach, and yeah, it was lovely. So, all right, today's card. Oh. I don't know if we've had this one before. The yarn bowl. All right. The yarn bowl. Protection, guardedness, having a wall up, safety, cautiousness. The yarn bowl. Protection, guardedness, having a wall up, safety, caution, or cautiousness. I know, I have a yarn bowl. It's down here beside my chair, and I don't use it always. But what I notice is that I use it when I'm doing lace work, when I'm knitting with lace weight yarn, because the lace weight is so fine and delicate that I don't want it to get tangled in my knitting bag. I want it to be, to stay safe and sound in that bowl, right? So as I'm knitting, I'm not dealing with tangles and things like that. So, yeah, I can see why they talk about safety, protection, cautiousness. When you're using fine fibers, you want to be careful with them because likely you've spent a lot of money and you don't want to have that money go to waste. Protection and guard, having a wall up. Not sure about that piece, but certainly about the protection and the guardedness. That's a hard word for me to say today. When do you use a yarn bowl? Doesn't have to be a fancy one. Do you protect your finer fibers? Do you just throw them in the bottom of a bag? Doesn't matter. Think about that for a while and let me know your thoughts. All right, my friends, thank you so much for tuning in today and sharing a little of my birthday time with me. I appreciate you and would love to see some of your projects. If you are called to do so, please join us on Wednesday the 18th at 7:30 Atlantic time. I will leave it to you to figure out what time that is in your own time zone.
We will meet over in our Google Meets room and share a little bit of time together with our knitting. So that's all for today. Take good care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Okay, well, I'm still here because my phone doesn't want to stop. Good Lord. Let's try again. Have a great day, you guys. Nope, doesn't want to stop. All right. Bye for